promised heart and mind release. The candles flicker tall and cold.
Okay, guys. 539 hours, almost 550. I keep saying it's 550. I'm really bad at numbers. I always round up to half. That makes no sense, but if it was money, it'd be a different story, right? Let's see. Create a dashboard. Stream manager. There we go. Okay, I'm figuring my way around the app. Awesome. So, I got my QP chisel tools back, so I do have my pantograph and all of those. I can continue on the designing stuff, which I'm pretty excited about. The part I'm not excited about is that I can't, just grab large amounts of stone. And in order to finish this megalithic structure that I'm trying to build here, I need lots and lots of stone. Now, since I'm doing like Mayan and Aztec mythological buildings, I feel like I could start implementing more cobblestone, because I don't want them to be looking like they were like the latest, like finished built by the Mayans or the Aztecs or the Toltecs or the Olmecs. I want it to look like something that has been there weathering for the millennia that we've been passed out in our thing. Oh wow. Are you a goat? Are you a baby goat? Oh my god. Oh my god. There's a whole family of goats. And they're just chilling out. I can just be putting a fence down around here. Okay, let me look at my phone, because I said I was going to. Okay, I have another oven. So at least I have 2 ovens here now. I was going to put this oven up north, because that translocator relocator thing was going to make my life a lot easier. I wouldn't have to have 2 main kitchens, but maybe it's better that I have 2 main kitchens. Like this kitchen over here in the south and the kitchen over in the north. Because of the translocator being so easily accessible, I would be able to just get back home and then use this to just build a big Mayan ruin temple building thing. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're gonna take off these wings. The wings are cool, but did I lose my pot? Where is the cooking pot? The fat is rendering in the iron pot. Okay. Bam. 2 ovens. I'll be able to cook so much faster in here now. I am the tide. I really like that song. My wife made that one. It's so cool. It really sets my mood. Now, one thing I do want to do out here in the south, since I have this ocean here, here I do it, I want it to look like there's a spring that's pouring into the ocean, and I want that turning on my water-powered mechanism that I see in the... Is there mushrooms here? These trees all seem to have mushrooms. Yeah, that's one I planted. This is one I planted too. So what is this mechanism that everybody talks about with the berries? I gotta figure that out. I have lots of grain. What time of the year is it? It is August, so it's just gonna get hotter. But I think it's a good time to make some pies because I don't have any food. So far with everything that I've been making as far as the music goes and everything, but I've been kind of like writing it as I go and having a lot of fun with that. But as tools, oh wow, look at all this stuff. Soybeans. I gotta figure out how to process soybeans. Can I put that into, wow, look how fast that just pops into your... So I'm trying to build more like of a canon, and that way when I'm writing stuff, at least the outlines, the way I'm writing, it feels a little more cohesive, I guess, if that makes sense. No, these are just giving seeds. They are no longer just busting out a bunch of plants, huh? They fixed that as a mechanism. Oh, bummer. Too high temperature. Well, there we go. Now I learned a lesson. I can't use this as my food preservation system. That's why I left them when I wasn't getting them. So turnips, maybe they just can't grow down here. Well, these are good. So maybe just some of them. Oh, there we go. So some of them really died from too high temperatures. These growth was stunted. Okay. So I have no room. Okay, so let me go. Okay. Wow. That was interesting. Oh my god, carrots. What was I thinking? Okay, I've reached my max capacity. I should... Maybe what I do is I put some ground vessels over there. I don't know. The base of the tower. Okay, wow. partially spoiled, I could throw that out or eat it right now. So I can get something out of it. Okay. Put these turnips in here. I gotta figure out what to do with that because I gotta take this. It's not in there. I can take my night vision mask and put it somewhere else too. I should go at least. I should go one of these fancy chests. Oh, and I have soil that I can put in. Legit. Okay. What is this? Stone quarry, chisel, rough cut, steel. Oh, so all those chisels are just. That's how, I can't even take these out because if I take them out, they'll get messed up. So those little inventory slots are Dunsky for a bit. Okay. Where can I put you at? Where's the rest of my bony soil? Oh, I'll just put you there. Can you only put only interesting. Okay. Meteoric iron. Can't wait to get back to my main base. I'm not gonna need that money for a little bit. Let me eat these now. Cocoa Joe, I have 2 Cocoa Joe flutes. Do I make the run to the north? Like I could focus until they, and hopefully they get those mods updated. You know, eventually. You know, gotta get, these are like people with a regular time just doing this as a hobby, I'm sure. So I don't want to be like, you guys gotta fix these right away. You know, I know that it was awesome that they even built them in the first place, right? So thank you guys for bringing that little bit of joy that I had while I got to play those things. It gave me so much adventure. Cold heat resistance up to 40 degrees. How hot does it get over here? So it can't get to -5, and it never gets to -5 over here. So it would be too hot right now to grow it. All this stuff. Alright, let me see. Do I have any other soil blocks that I can use? High fertility soil. Ooh, I do have an iron door. I got so much spelled. I can make so much flour. Oh, there's my bed, my comfy bed. My 9.5 hour bed. I need to start making some barrels so I can start composting over here. I want to make I do want to make Um, I do want to make. Come on, Eddie, spit out the words that are in your head right now. They just got lost. They're lost forever. Oh, so I can start making high fertility soil, maybe? I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking stuff. And I'm going to need to eat those turnips. Hopefully, shoot you with arrows, dude. I'm done dealing with you guys. Jeez, come on, stop. It is nighttime. It was just daytime, so sleeping a little bit might not be such a bad idea.
The old world was not the first to fall. We buried the theory
beneath the stone, not because it hurt, but because it was all what we call love. Oh, I need some food. Whatever you are, I'm gonna eat you. And I need to grind some flour. Do I have all my flour down on the bottom? Okay, I'm going to make some porridge. Whatever. Cooking supplies would be fun right now, but I don't have everything set up for it exactly just yet. But I do have everything set up for this. Spelt. Amaranth. Rye and rice. Okay, let's see. Can we mix grains? Spelt. And then, so I have 3 rice. So we'll split this rice. Hearty rice spelt porridge. Why not? Throw in some parsnips for some veggie points. And I think we have a decent meal here. And hopefully it doesn't take too long to cook. Because my thing is gonna start whining really quick. Come on, let's go. I'll have to eat some of those grains that are too small to make anything significant out of. Freaking baseline. I'm just going to make it as hearty as I can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. Oh, wait, can I throw soybeans in here? Like this? I was able to do it with the beef stew, but I don't know if I can with no matching recipe found. see what I gotta do to make that soy do something for me. H. Gotcha. Eaten by sheep or goat. Oh, so it's goat food. Can we place into the ground? You can put it with your eggs. Maybe you can only put it with protein. Pickled soybeans. You can put it in a vegetable pie. So, yeah, I gotta mix it. I gotta make a brine. I have some salt in my other house, but pickled soybean can be eaten by a pig. Man, why would you do all that work to feed your pigs when you could just use berries, berry mash, and just make a bunch of wine? Perishable equals pickled soybean. I guess if you have a lot of pigs and you're just like, I gotta feed all my babies. I just have one here. I don't have one on the other side yet, do I? No. Ooh, that was delicious. I slept, I think, a little bit. Take advantage of the daytime. I think I lost some crops. I probably lost some carrots out there. Let me go check. Oh, I want to make sure I have my hoe with me. And a shovel. Wait, I probably already have a shovel with me. Yeah, I do have a shovel on me. I have 2 pickaxes. Put 1 pickaxe there. Then we put. I don't need to be carrying so many axes with me. I'm gonna leave this one for now. I'll come back for you. Oh yeah, because I raided those ruins and got a bunch of goodies. Dang, I got a lot of soybeans. Okay, let me see. I might have to just... Oh, good. I did just cook, so I cleared up a lot of that inventory. Okay, so I just... Oh, you know what also? I said I was going to put down the wings in favor of more storage. Oh, here's the extra soil. Hell yeah, I'm gonna make a big old farm. Too fast. I'm wondering if that trick that they were trying to tell me last night to eat my food while I was running on my thing. Okay. Manufacture the focus. wow, these are cabbage. Let me use this knife up, 'cause I don't. If I have to go make another steel knife, I'm gonna want to do that once I can get back to my main base. Okay, that's all stack. I should probably dig out around where I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna be replacing all of this. So let me dig out all this sand. Oops. What's up, little goats? Do I have to make a fence around my food production? Okay. Do another row right here. Oh, that's why I didn't bring a bucket. Okay, that's a significant jump in the size of my farm. What I like about the watering mechanism they have in this game is that it allows you like to not have your dirt turn back into regular soil, because it's not annexed water, just becomes less efficient. That's so good. Oh wait, let me get my food before I start going. Wow, 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 wow. Jeez. Did I not swap out the... I guess it won't automatically swap or what? I don't know what's going on here. Breaks, ages. Through its empty pages. Well, this is all ready to plant, so maybe I'll just head for that. Is there a temperature range on all the things? Oh yeah. So soy can grow here. This has 27, so it's even weaker than what? Rice is more heat resistant. That's amazing. Turnips, 33 degrees, will not grow here. So this is 32. It might be too hot for anything to grow right now. Good. I feel like all those flies are just like adding nutrients back into the soil. Okay. And cabbage goes up 35 degrees. That is interesting. I never paid attention to this stuff, guys. So you too can get up to 500 in-game hours and year 7 without knowing jack or paying too much attention to all the things. Just figure it out as you go. My farm is all over the place right now. Nothing is organized. Which is what I find. There are spirits awaiting his turn. WayobiKal, blood is the king. The Maya is waking me. That was gonna grow really fast. I like rice as a grain because it seems to be really nutritious. In the game. I mean, it's nutritious in real life. Rice and beans are like the perfect food. It's too hot. I don't want to plug the rest of this cabbage off and have it all rot and die in my home. I'm still so sad about this. %120% on all these. And it's moisture, but it's too damn close to salt. I wonder if I put like a dam between it or something. Like, I don't know. If anybody knows, please tell me. I really should look it up, though. Let me just see. And by look it up, ask ChatGPT. Or Gemini. Use, but actually, no, I have, my own private AI that I built in my computer. But it doesn't have like a whole database of everything. Story. I have it more as like a survival guide type thing. If the lights go out, I will still have compute. I told Gemini I want to create a digital bunker off of all the stuff that I'm doing. So I'm putting a lot of work into a lot of different projects and work, you know, and I want my data to stay my data. And I know there's no way to get around the fact that we're training our replacements, you know, in a sense. But at the same time, like, can I slow it down a little bit? Maybe just a little bit, or maybe not even slow it down. Oh, jeez, why'd that break? Probably because it was on that chisel block. I didn't like that. That's cool. I like that it's a little more accurate. It's not just some glowing liquid in a bowl. That it's actually like a wick that's lit, and it goes into the fat that's you put in there, and that's slowly leaching into this and keeping the wick lit. That's cool. Good job, you guys. I really like this new oil lamp. I like the other one too. I really did. But this is special. I like it, you guys. Really did a good job. There's my bucket. I needed the bucket. That's what I came in here for. So I can start. I should make a pumpkin patch, but I just don't know if I need to make it in a shadier area. I have done zero reach, but I'm gonna go with what I've seen my friends doing. They seem to make a big old field for the pumpkins. I gotta make fencing too, so that way I can wrangle up some of these goats. See if maybe I can get into a generation where I can make milk. Maybe that's something that you do. It feels like that'd be something you do. I feel like I'm accurate in that assumption. Oh, grass is staying on the water. Let's. Yeah. Can I put a block of anything there? Sand? Will sand put out the water? And it stays for okay, cool. Okay, be careful, bro. Cassava. Let me see how many seeds I get from taking this. I got 17 cassava, but I don't have any seeds. What? I swear it reminds me of those guys from. Oh my god, what was that movie? It was such a good movie. I think this doesn't go very far, it just goes right here. I might have the goats eat my crops. I mean, can you plant the cassavas just like that? Nope. I was really looking forward to propagating that. I have another one. Let me try my regular knife. Maybe it's that cheap knife that I'm using. It's like, no, I don't like that. There we go. I got one seed back. Where are the seeds? Oh, I have 3. Okay. I'm losing my mind, you guys. I think I'm losing my mind this time. I'm losing my mind. Got this right here. Right here, y'all. So, note to self. Must use pretty knife for cassava. And probably anything, now that I think about it. Oh geez, bro. Where the hell did you come from? That actually scared me. That's another reason why I wanted to go to my home base. I need to make a fox out of something other than. Oh, but I can't work with iron. Did I take my iron? I think I did. I have to make bronze. I'm kind of back to the Bronze Age, y'all. I don't have any more seeds. I have these Amaranth seeds. I got a lot of linen. If I'm gonna stick around here, maybe I don't know. So I can kind of conserve my chainmail. I go back to using, what's the rift activity right now? High, okay. Forget you guys. What? Dang. Okay, what are you doing? Okay, let's see. Water power. I think is what I'm gonna look up. Let me get my food. I have a bowl. That's all I need. So I can get some food. That'll give me enough. Okay. H. Water. No. Oh, look at all the fish. Oh, that's what I should do. I should make myself a... Here, wait. H. I can also do some exploring. Okay, let me see. Restaurant hotel. Huh. Game mechanic. Quenching and tampering. Building a sailboat, greenhouses, leather making, God, I don't know that. Dye making, brewing, distilled. I haven't distilled, but quenching and tempering. That's something I gotta do. Rock strata. I've had done still. Temporal stability. Done plenty of that. Melting. Animal husbandry, food preservation, charcoal, meal making, clay for napping, progression guide. Bellows. That's all for the iron. Mechanized with a hell hammer. Top and bottom of a curve to be automated. Mechanical power can permanently be used to mechanize milling, to automate working iron blooms or smithing any type of metal plate, and to power the Archimedes school for transporting items. That's to have things go up. A windmill rotor. So can we craft? I guess let me get some wood into my inventory and let's just see how far we can take this search. H. Spur gear, that looks new. Okay. A bunch of stuff I have on my other base. Clutch. So what about the water wheel? How do we make that? They have the picture of it. Maybe that's still not available yet. Oh shoot. I didn't realize when I logged into I feel like OBS is just has a little bit of BS in it lately. Because it should be starting up with let me look it up. Which one do I use? I'm going to use Safari since it's already open. It's playing my music. Vintage story. Is that a mod, I guess? Vintage story water wheel. Before the stable version is released. Last verified for Venture Store 1.220. So a small water wheel. How do you craft this? Oh, so it's a metal thing. Cool. Iron or steel. Too small four-way hubs to build a water wheel. Okay. So let me look up back. Iron. Iron bits. Smells into that. And now let's look for the thing. Is it in here? Nails. Here it is. And if I get some iron, I can technically make it in here. I just have to do a lot of manual. Oh, well, you know what? It's only a day away. What time is it? It's 11:56. Can I get there in an hour? I bet you there's somebody who's made a calculator for how far you can get in vintage story depending on your class. How far can my vintage story, what is this guy? Black. Get running in a straight.
The warmth is a memory, a ghost in the south. The taste of the winter is dry in my
100,000 blocks to reach each equator. I didn't even know that. And just the standard settings.
cudgel climbs where
408 blocks per minute.
the ice of the mountain is biting the skin, but the heritage burns like a coal in my chest. The binder of spirits will
Let's see.
never find rest.
Black Ark can go roughly 24,000 to, so I can get there. I can get there if I just run straight. I have food in my hand. So I'd have to make pies though. Which means I need to get some greens. And that's what I was doing before anyway. I would just beeline it to wherever I was gonna go. I'll make me some cabbage pies, some cabbage and turnip pies, and I'll get there real quick. Grab a bunch of junk.
I hear the village through the call of the horn. The spirits are huddled in the valley below. We bring them the fire, we bring them the glow. Above the clouds where the obsidian shines, we're drawing the border.
Okay, don't get distracted. I need to put this in here. 10 bronze ingots.
Cannot swallow the ancient
What? Did it always do that? I don't remember. I feel like that's a glitch. again. This person, dear paycheck, wants me to go to clip link online to see the best viewers. That's crazy. Like if it was an advertising type thing where they're like, oh, we'll help you target by like getting your view in front of your feed in front of viewers that really cared about what you're doing, then it might be like something, oh, I'll pay for that. But if you're looking at this as a business, right? But I guess some people, what they do is, just from what I was listening to on the podcast, they or other people that are following them will pay for these viewer sites to basically watch them, and it gets some, like, I don't know, ad money, I guess, but those types of things get like stopped all the time, so then you're all of a sudden you're like 1 month you have like thousands of viewers, and then all of a sudden you have no viewers. And some of those people, like, if they know their service gets canceled, what do they do? Like, go over there hiding for a little bit, say, oh, I'm sick, I can't play, or do whatever it is I'm doing. So I feel like it would end up being, which doesn't sound like fun to me at all. But if this is your business, I guess you do stuff like that. I don't know. The air is so cold. That was ever told. Guides. Lenses in place, I see the world. I see your face. Okay, let me get my cabbages. And some turnips. I'll just actually have what I'm looking for right now while I make these pies.
Through the ribs of a dead civilization, counting the teeth in the skull of the world. The humans, they were just a blink. A smudge on the lens.
Where did I get that candle from?
I see the threads they left behind. White smoke in the
Did I hit something?
reach out, my fingers aren't fingers anymore.
There.
They're magnets.
Probably right there. I think I had 2 candles right there.
I am the one who stitches the wood. I am the one who makes the ghost bleed. I'm finding the jade in the trash of the greed. WayobiKal, binder of spirits, pulling the tether, stitching the earth and the sky back together. WayobiKal, dark soul god in a cold chrome weather, dark soul god in a cold chrome weather, dark soul god in a cold chrome weather. They're drawing the pyramids on my blueprints. They offered blood to a name they couldn't spell. I'm not a savior, I'm the architect of the cellar. I'm pulling the strength from the marrow of the soil. My heritage is a coil, a snake, a starship. The long count wasn't a calendar, it was a countdown to me. It's so quiet here. The ghosts don't scream anymore, they just belong to me. I wrap them around my obsidian heart. I'm the binder, the keeper, the black jade sun. WayobiKal, binder of spirits, pulling the tether, stitching the earth and the sky back together. WayobiKal, dark soul god in a cold chrome weather, dark soul god in a cold chrome weather, dark soul god in a cold chrome weather.
I got one pie that's different. Okay, that's alright. WayobiKal. Let me put these all in here. Oh no. So I put that out of there. What's up, you guys? Sorry, I don't have my I unloaded the when I uploaded I can't speak right now. When I started OBS this evening, I didn't set it up right, so my damn stream, my chat isn't showing up there. But what's up, y'all? It's awesome to see you guys here. I looked over on my other computer and I'm like, wait, that's my stream. So I know. Yeah. I'm making pies, that way I can make the run to the north and not die. Just make a straight run. Cause I want to make a water wheel. That's my goal. My next goal is to have a water wheel somewhere in this world, powering things here in the south. And so I'm thinking of doing it somewhere out here, because there's like a little pond right here. Either that, or I do a fake one where it looks like there's a fountain or something like that pours water down here, and then it powers a giant wheel, and this like make a mechanism out of this whole entire thing. I don't know. I got ideas. Here we go. Pie making time, y'all. Yo, WayobiKal, que gozo, WayobiKal. Do I have no viewers? Let's say that I have no viewers. Something happened. Let me see if I can chat. You guys still there? Twitch is showing my stream at 0 people, so I think maybe something happened. Oh, okay. You're here. Huh. Okay. Oh, the tools. The interwebs. Sometimes I trip out because I'm like, I'm able to build a local AI and install it on my machine and have like setting up all that infrastructure on my computer, but I can't get all this right. I need to go through and have my GPTs look at my settings, but I'm pretty excited because apparently you can have you can create like legit agents now with the new OpenAI tools that just run locally on your computer. I'm pretty excited to try some of that stuff out. I'm trying to avoid being part of the problem with the whole cloud compute. I want to be able to use like agentic thinking and all that sort of stuff, but I don't want it to be pulling like tons of cloud resources just to query dumb questions or work out some stuff that I can run on my local Mac with a really efficient Swapping animal shifts. Dogs away. Oh, that's cool. No. Oh. Yeah, that's legit. My dog can't have any. Well, I think he'll be okay if it was a pet cat, but my dog has literally killed cats. It kills everything that runs into my backyard. It's like, I think it's like most of the time he plays with other pets, but there was one alley cat that was just, but that alley cat was just really gnarly. It came looking for fights all the time with not just my dog, but all the other pets in the neighborhood. And it's kind of sad because I'm like, not the opossums. I love opossums. They're so cute. And they do that big hiss like they're gonna bite you, but they don't. It's just so damn freaking cute. Oh, yeah. And it's funny because like my brother has 2 little chihuahuas, and oh, that's cool. Yeah, my brother's chihuahuas would like run up to my dog, and then they would just like bite on his neck, like if they're like gonna attack him. And he's just walking around all happy with them hanging off his neck. And it's funny because like my dog's like 10 times their size, but he like runs around and jumps around like like if he's a little puppy, and it's I love animals so much. I wish I wasn't allergic to cats. I'm so allergic to cats. Like I can't have them around me at all. We had a pet cat when I was a kid though. That was the worst year of my. Those were the worst years of my life, as far as asthma and all that. I do kind of start to like acclimate to them, but no, I can't do it. Man, so your base is coming out really cool. Your home and all that, with like your basement and all that, your storage and everything. It's looking really legit. I'm here in this like goofy cave. It's a broken machine. That's so cool. That's exactly why to do it though, you know, like have some serious fun just doing stuff that's slightly outside. Man, my eyes are so blurry. Outside your comfort zone as far as like trying out building and all that, that's pretty rad. I think it's when people get the most surprised about, like, because I think we as humans, we can accomplish a lot that we're not even aware of, because we've kind of been raised in systems that aren't really meant for people that, yeah, trust the process. it's it's like the system's not meant for people to like experiment or think outside the box and all that sort of stuff. And then it's really hard when we're like, because I feel like we're coming to an age where like people are gonna have to start being more I don't know, entrepreneurial is the right word. They use that word in a very funny way, and because like entrepreneurial, like my parents were restaurant owners and all that sort of stuff, and they had a travel agency too, but it's just kind of like in our blood. But like at work, they call entrepreneurialism as like part of like, oh, where can you, are you somebody who can like think outside the box and find new opportunities within, I guess, your market or business or thing that you're doing. Yeah, that's the way art is. Like, as I'm painting and doing stuff, I'm like, this is gonna be horrible. And then as I start adding in the details, and I call it the value and light shift. Because like there was a while there, I was experimenting with watercolors, and I went through this whole like almost 2 years of just like, I'm only gonna do watercolor. And watercolor is such a hard medium because you're getting a white piece of paper and you're putting a pigment on it that's transparent or it has a certain opacity, like, but it's not opaque at all. Like, so you can get some that are opaque, but it wouldn't be considered the aquarelli, the watercolor. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. Especially like anytime you're doing something that's like new for you, that's kind of entrepreneurial. Like it doesn't have to just be business, but it is kind of like business in a sense. Like you're at least that's my definition of it. Like I always tell people, like, when you're working for somebody, you're not working for them. You're working for yourself. They're your client. And once people make that shift, then it becomes like easier to accomplish a lot more, because you're not necessarily like thinking, oh, I'm working for this person, and it's like they're my boss, and I gotta like, yeah. And it's always served me well. So I can't really, I don't know, maybe other people, I know there's other people that have different, it seems like they have different philosophies on that, but, it's whatever gets the job done, I guess. But yeah, streaming for sure is entrepreneurial, and then building it up and all that sort of stuff. Like, it is a grind, but like, and it's funny because I have a friend, he's super entrepreneurial, but he built up a stream for a while there. He was streaming like retro gaming on Facebook, and he had a whole, like, he created a channel where he had like 3 employees streaming for him, that Facebook was paying him that much. So he created almost like a brand, that was like not his name. And so it was like, and so he was able to grow it super huge. And like, and for a while there, he was making like, he had to quit his job, and he did that for like years, was able to save up enough to buy a house. Oh yeah, probably. Shoot. This is part baked. This is raw. So that one's, yeah, for sure too cool. I wasn't paying attention to that. Thank you so much. Because I would have been just standing there waiting like, oh, this is going. So I'll just go all the way for 2 pies this time. Or 4 pies. It's fun. But I've been doing probably what you can call market research. I've been watching, I spent a little bit of time watching some other streams today, other streamers that are like, I'm like, let me just click on some of the bigger ones that look like they're kind of fun, you know, like, and I feel like that's what the ones that are like, if I was to grow up to be a streamer, I would want to do it this way, you know, like, they seem to be very chill. They talk to the audience. They're engaging, you know. And so sometimes they pause and they're not actually doing the thing that they're not concentrating on what they're doing. They're just like, oh yeah, let me just chat with my community for a while. Yeah. Yeah. I see. I'd have to check out all those good Hermitcraft. Oh yeah, Hermitcraft. I know those. Yeah, like all the. My wife loves. Like she's been watching every season of those guys, and yeah, that's one of the ones that. And, oh wow, cool. Yeah. Well, that's one of the things I was looking into because I'm like, man, I don't know if I'd be able to do it, but if you like to talk a lot, I feel like it's such a great, like I have friends that worked because when I worked at the TV station, I have friends that were just like, they weren't good at the beginning, but then they got really good. And they would just be able to talk and talk and talk and talk, and when they were interviewed, they would just seem very engaging after a while, you know, like, but they really put a lot into their craft. So I saw what it took for them to get to be that, you know, and it is definitely a craft that's pretty valuable. I feel like even in doing other things. Because then you could really, like, if you can talk to people and engage with them and make them feel like they're being heard, like you're like it's not like an interview, like you're like, I'm interviewing you like hardline. It's like literally like interviewing, like just to talk to you and, you know, like make people feel heard. It really is a helpful skill in just making you able to create stronger bonds and connections and stuff like that. Yeah. 10+ years for sure. That's really the sweet spot. Once you've done something like for 10 years, and in those years, you're gonna have your ups and downs. You're gonna have the year where if you can persist for that long, I think that's when I think it's 5 years for me. Like whenever I think about a business and stuff like that, knowing how my parents is like, the first 2 years it's too soon to tell whether or not the business is gonna work, whether or not you should just keep going and push through it. Like my parents had a restaurant where when the restaurant first took off, it was literally like several years before we got any, like, we were like always on the verge of like, oh, we're gonna lose it all. like always on the verge of that, you know, like it just seemed like we were always feeling that, like that was just a persistent feeling, like all the time. And then something changed. We had a we had just we like it's a lot of circumstances, luck, you know, like we had got interviewed by the Sun paper at the time, and they were like, they did a food, not an interview, but a food tasting, and you know, like they just go in there, and there's like these, you just get these people that are like ordering all kinds of random stuff and not eating it, and you're just like, what are these people doing? But my mom, just being the creature of love and light that she is, she just engaged with them and just like they just fell in love with her. Oh yeah, let me see. It's interesting to seeing kind of what you've seen. Some streams that don't keep a foot verse. Yeah, one of the community was. Oh wow, that's funny. Yeah, the people who get upset because they're my mom is she's just interesting. My mom grew up in a rancho, you know, like just which is basically like a farm, like, you know, like just in the middle of nowhere. Like the town that she was that she lived in didn't even have a name. It had a geographic location as a name. It was like like the longitude and latitude. It was like K57 or something like that, you know. That's not where she was, like where all my family's from, but that's where they lived for a real long time while they were immigrating to the United States. And so she just has this like no nonsense sort of way, but she'll laugh, and so like people just fall in love with her all the time, and she really cares about her community, so like the community and people in general. So that just comes across, you know, like I'm gonna take off my armor because I think you run faster. And the blackguard, I think, is the fastest of all the people that, like, he runs faster than anybody. I take a hit on being hungry a lot, but and foraging sucks with this guy. So does hunting, but if you have food. Yeah. And also, you really gotta love what you're doing, right? People will pick up on that. And if you're doing it only for the like look at, I've been here, like you guys just came on right now, right? The whole rest of the time before you guys showed up, it was literally just me talking to myself, having fun, and just enjoying, you know, talking about like just. That's a really weird place to be in, you know, like it took me a little bit getting used to, because I'm like, because like the first couple months I didn't do like the thing where some people like they'll pay for streamers to boost their thing to get an initial initiation like type thing, I guess, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, yeah, it's pretty interesting what I was, you know, just to kind of see it's fun to see how everybody perceives the game and all that. But yeah, I think when, like Tony from Australia, when she first, or they, I don't know if it's she or a guy or girl or whatever, I'm really bad. I'm bad at knowing what names are of people, so I'm like really, really horrible. But they had and I never asked, so I just know, like if I didn't hear your voice on your other stream, I probably would still be thinking you're a guy, because Jess, my uncle is Jess. neurodivergence doesn't now we didn't know what gender people are, like how they talk and the type of stuff they talk about. Like that's masculine, that's feminine. It's like, how do you know? Anyway, that's all I wanted to yeah, that's what I do too. Yeah, and it's just like even without thinking about it as a preferred pronoun type thing, but just just being like not being offensive, I guess, like yeah, it's good to kind of take people's identity seriously, so this kind of pronoun I do too. I say it all like. And it's funny because like my friends who speak, where Spanish was their first language, my buddy Fernando, he was horrible at just saying like he or she like all the time, just never for the same person all the time, like just never got it right. He's like, your dad, she was doing this. I was like, dude. That's awesome. Yeah. I was like, dude, he would always say, it's because I'm from Mexico and it's not my first language. I'm like, I have so many friends who's like second language, and like my parents came here when they were 12. You came here when you were 5, bro. Why are you fighting so much? I think he liked also having that thick, that lover accent too. Cause he totally played on that so hard, dude. Like, he was such a player. He was a singer in the band, obviously, like. So you just have food in your hand and just run. Like I've been running for a bit, and look at it, I haven't even got to the 30,000 mark. That's wild. Oh yeah. Jeez, what was I talking about? You didn't distract me. I distracted myself. Trust me. My ADHD is legendary. That's what I literally have a song called "The Architect of Tangents" because it's like that I made for this stream because like a lot of the songs have ADHD woven into it. It's epic. What was I saying? Jeez, I don't know. Oh yeah, they were the first person to that I think I actually chatted with. It wasn't like a bot. And so before that, and that's when I went to the archive. So I had already gotten up to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna explore a little bit, and then random strangers I was like traveling up north, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna I wonder if I should do this or that, and I didn't even know how to tell if anybody was watching my stream or not, or any of that. I didn't know anything. So I'm like, and I had just been watching some videos on like, oh, this is how you should talk on Twitch to get people engaged and all that sort of stuff. You just never know at the beginning if anybody's watching you, so just say hi and just ask people to do things and stuff like that. And so, was that always there? cool that is. Dang, dude. It's a Stargate. It's in the desert and everything. This is literally where they shot Stargate. No, I'm not gonna jump. I don't have my wings with me. I literally put my backpack on so I bring a lot of stuff with me. Yeah, so I think I was gonna talk about that. I don't know what I was gonna talk about. Oh yeah, it was just like before that, I didn't know how to talk on these streams, and then that was the first time I actually had somebody engage with me, and I was like, in one of those, you know, those ruins where it's like it's kind of like a little building. There's like, and it has like a staircase that goes up. There's usually like a couple of ceramic pots up in the little staircases and stuff. And so I was in one of those, you know, like staying the night. I had my little hay sleeping bag, and I was cooking some beef, and I had just cooked a bunch of red meat because I had the whole entire time as I was running, I was like killing, you know, whatever just came across my path. So I had a bunch of like wolf meat, and then I also had a bunch of like hog meat. So I had cooked all the hog meat first because that's the most nutritious. And I had a few pieces of like the gamey meat that I was gonna cook, but I'm like, and what I said was, I said something to the effect of like, oh, should I go and should I just go to the archive? It's not that far. You know, I had just gone the map and all that, and then that's when they were like, yeah, you should totally do that. Just go. And I'm like, I'm going, and then I went, and then I got there, and they were like, holy crap, you're actually doing it. It was the first time that it was a really cool interaction. You know, it was cool, and ever since then I'm like, this is what this is all about. It was that's when it hit me, like, this is cool. You know, you can actually talk to people and get excited because you're going on these journeys and you're experiencing stuff. You know, I don't know. You're experiencing some of this stuff and with them, and just having a great time. And like we share, and there's like, these aren't life and death struggles, right? They're just like, oh, you know, like my mod is like, all my mods are gone. You know, like, you know, I just have to wait for them to update them. But you know, like, yeah, it's crazy. It's so freaking cool. Oh, bro, you're so good. Like, literally, my whole vibe on this was like, my intention was to just, you know, practice talking while I play a game. You know, it's because oh wow, you're trying to figure out the tech, and then wow, that's so cool. Yeah, people just pop in and just chat with you a little bit, and then they'll go away. And so I just like, I like that, you know. Yeah, we do. We love you lurking. I love the fact that people can be like just chilling out, doing their thing, and you know, or they just pop in and out. It doesn't matter. It's just cool that the fact that people are willing to just pop in and out. You know, like, it's like your neighbor just coming over and saying hi, and then, you know, like, because they were just like about to leave and go doing something. They saw you in your front yard doing something. It's like, that's just so cool. You know, like, Oops. Oh, shoot. Oh, I'm glad I'm here. I was reading. I just stop next time I read. I'm about to die. Copper plates? Wow. That is nuts, but also pretty cool. That's some serious grind right there. Like, I almost feel like I should go get some, let's see, what's it, is it calm? It's calm. I'll put my armor on and get some hay or grass, and then I'm gonna make myself a hay bed. Oh, look at, they updated the little symbol things for the, like, oh, that's clearly a helmet. Is that updated, or was it always like that? I don't know. Because if I sleep, then I can heal up a little bit at least. Even if I sleep the most of the day. As long as I get some in-game sleep, that's when you heal the most. It consumes most of your food, but as long as you have food on you. You guys let me know if this music's too chill or if I should put on some of that, I feel like this is good music just to vibe and talk. Oh, nice. Wait, do you have to create a loom for a windmill to do linen now? Or is that a mod? Which books? Yeah, okay, so yeah, I remember that server. That civilization style one, I think. That's what it was. Oh, okay. Man, I was like, that's one of the things I wonder about my son. I feel like and one of the reasons why I want to homeschool him, because I used to like reading when I was little. Like I was an early reader, just like my son is an early reader. And then all of a sudden I hated reading. And then oh wait, I hate bills. Did it take Mark to make hay bills? Is this just glitching on me? No, you talk to yourself fluently. I love that. That's awesome. That's so good. Yeah, I like that now I can talk to myself and it not just be all in my head. What the hell? I thought making hay was... Did they change the mechanics for this? I feel like it's wanted to pop in here. Oh, you need a knife? Oh wait, hay bed. Oh, what? To make this hay equals 8. Yeah, okay, so I'm doing this right. There it is. What the hell? That was weird. I don't even need this much, but okay. I overdid it a little bit. There we go. What the hell? Did it fall? There's definitely some glitchiness. You can make grass clothes now. I just want to get my guy to sleep a little bit. It looks like everything just got turned back into... Well, and my version is glitching out like crazy, so I'm just gonna continue running. Try not to fall this time. So dark over there. Oh, there's a mountain, that's why. Cool. Hey, let's see. Let me take this stuff off. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, it's good being able to. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because I feel like I spent so much time behind a computer virtually. Wow, 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 wow. Like it, I hear it. Oh, I almost fell. Here, make sure this is still my music that's playing here. Because there were some songs that I did a while back ago. Yeah, this is all on my end. So the lyrics, I had ChatGPT translate some of the concepts I had and turn them into lyrics, and I made some songs that are in the modern Mayan language. There's people that still speak Mayan. I think I talked about this, but there's people that still speak Mayan in parts of Mexico, in the Yucatan. And it's called Yucatec Mayan. I think it's so chill. And so yeah, like at the beginning when I was first playing, when I first started playing and streaming, and I got the music to like just practice talking and listening, having music in the background. This stuff was pretty helpful for that, because it had something that I could talk about. But lately, I like on the side, I've been really working a lot on the mythology and the lore of what I imagined for this WayobiKal character, and even possibly, you know, having it be like more of an art project than necessarily like my gaming character. Let me set up some of these pies. Well, I've been working on trying to make it too wide, you know, so whenever I go down and explore and I get some dirt and rocks, I'll make some more path, and then I'll come back up here and make little random strips too wide, just to keep myself guessing. You know, it's gotta be a video game. This is pretty much like what Mario Brothers is, right? And you're just like walking down the strip going doo 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 doo. Little holes, you gotta jump over. Oh, jumping over them. Yeah. I could totally carve some Mario stuff, some mushrooms and stuff like that. Little Koopas, bombs and whatnot. Yeah. With bauxite, I could probably make something that looks pretty cool. Question marks and all that. Oh yeah. That would be fun. Just have like a whole theme, like a strip that's of this like path that is like themed like that. Well, on the way to the hand, there are some caves that have lava, and then that I found that was pretty cool. I was like, "What? There's lava in this game?" I'm just bummed we can't make an iron bucket to pick up the iron and throw it into a furnace to. There's no real need for that, but in this game. But man, I would cook so much glass with iron. Just what? No way. That's wild. Surface lava. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting thing. Open again. Wow, it's so green right now. See that cave right there is calling me. I want to go explore it. Oh my god, those bells were the worst. I've gotten really good at taking them out. No, but at first, holy moly. Keep fighting. Wow. That's crazy. That's pretty fun. Hold on, let me take my ass medicine. Everything we had. Hey, I keep inventory, man. I don't know. Yeah, when I went to the resident archive, I wanted to be able to, because there's like this library that you get to go to at the end, and there's a lot of like cool stuff there and trinkets and whatnot. And so I wanted to go and make sure I get everything. So I had my wife come in and join on for a little bit and go just hang out there while I would loot and die. Put stuff in storage, loot and die. Yeah. I don't know. I think if I had not had it on, that probably would have been like, it would have made it too hard. Yeah. And I think, yeah, I think it's just like I've never been like one of those. Oh, I want to play Minecraft on hardcore. My son, for a while there, he wanted to play Minecraft on hardcore, and he wanted to play it on like because we would do a lot of LAN servers at the house, so we can all play. And so he would want to be like, okay, let's create a hardcore server where I'll play, and then we in survival, we get to where we're like progressing, and then he would go and do something like, oh, here's a group of skeletons I want to try to fight with a wood sword. Like, dude. Yeah. Oh man. so we got he saw us playing Minecraft from like when he was like a baby, right? Because like me and the other kid, when my stepkids lived with us, you know, we played on a regular survival. You know, we had that one cheat was the one that we kind of like would turn on, and we all agreed that was the one that we were gonna play with. But man, there's just like ruins everywhere along this path. Oh yeah, for hardcore. He likes it, but then he doesn't like it, and then he'll like he wants to download mods. Like he'll download mods. It's like, man, this mod is like $9, dude. Like, you sure? He's like, it has all the dragons I want to see. I'm like, the other game had all the same dragons. Like, why do you want this one? He's like, I just want to, this one I can ride the dragons. So I'm like, okay, cool, fine, we'll get it for you. And then he goes on to, creative and just spawns all the dragons, and then he's done with it. Yeah, well, in the Minecraft store on not on Java but on the other version, Bedrock, you can, they have a whole store where people will charge for mods and skins and everything like that. It's a pretty cool marketplace, and I think it's pretty neat for people who are putting in like the work to develop some stuff. Like I'd happily pay for a mod for like the mods that I'm getting for Finch Story, like a few bucks. Like, hell yeah. Like, I mean, when you think about it, going to the movies $20. That's about how much this game was, right? Like, and of course, the movies cost a lot more to make, but still, now at this point, with the years of development and all that sort of stuff, like this is like, look at how many hours of entertainment. You can almost create a business off of this, right? Like, just like we're streaming, we're making we might make a few extra bucks or whatever, like, some people actually make it into their whole like thing, and so I feel like it's well worth whatever it is. And even not from that monetary, like, you can make money off of value, just the amount of entertainment and stress relief and everything that this game gives me, just like, it's so worth every penny. Yeah. And nowadays, man, everything is so expensive. Can't go to what used to be a cheap fast food restaurant without spending $20. Kids' meals are freaking expensive. Wow. Yeah. That's just crazy. Yeah, I realized like when my son had all these therapies and stuff that he had to do, you know, because we wanted to get him into good um, therapies for like autism and all that, and the cerebral palsy. We wanted to make sure we didn't like just go with what the state would offer us. You know, we wanted to go with what we can with whatever it took. You know, whatever was recommended by the experts. You know, like what do you recommend we do? You know, to make sure that he has the best time in his future. You know, and that just quickly made me realize, like, even though I felt like I had a decent job that paid really good, and I thought, like, you know, I have my 401k and it's collecting and all that sort of stuff, I'm like, dude, that's not going to be enough. That is so not going to be enough. So I started making friends with people who were like investors and whatnot, and I'm being an artist, you know, like that's way over outside my like range of thinking, but I'm like, the only way I'm gonna do anything is by meeting the right people. I've been able to like do that as far as my art career, like at least being a designer, a graphic designer, and working in like all these fields. I'm like, I just gotta like figure out what to do. Wow, with insurance, yep. Yep. Yeah, we had one thing that we did twice where it was like this all-inclusive type of they had every type of therapist, you know, he got to be there with them, being evaluated and all that sort of stuff for like a couple of months, and then, you know, just but it was all like, you know, he wouldn't know that they were like testing him. It was just him hanging out and playing with them, you know, and but everybody was, you know, it's like a certified therapist and all that kind of stuff. So that program with insurance covering over 80% of it was like well over 10 grand. And you know, all said and done, that's when I was like, holy moly, we were like, when my kids had all moved out, we still had our 3-bedroom house. I'm like, I'm turning our master bedroom, we're moving into one of the smaller bedrooms with just me and my son. We have 2 bedrooms in the front of the house. I'm gonna just block off the hallway, and I'll put a sliding, you know, lock on the sliding glass door, and then we'll just make that into an Airbnb. And we did that during the pandemic, and that like literally paid our rent. Not our rent, but paid my mortgage. So like that, I'm like, holy moly, you can make money off of stuff once you have stuff, but you got to get that stuff. So I was like, that saved us that. Like, and then ever since then, we're just like, okay, how do we just, you know, maximize? And our tax guy was like, oh, you gotta do this now. Now you gotta do this. Now that you got that, you know, if you want to keep getting, because I got a huge tax write-off because I did that with Airbnb. You can claim that you're a real estate professional type thing. There's this whole like thing about that, and so like I was able to write off all the expenses of setting up the Airbnb, which was significant. And so that year was like, I'm like, okay, I not only did I make this amount of money, I'm gonna, you know, it was like well over $20-something thousand after we had it set up, and that was like a little over mid-year, right? And so I'm like, okay, and then I was like, okay, this is cool. Airbnb's a legit thing, you know, as far as like, I think it's good for people who have like an extra room and you have a way to make it private. You can definitely like make it into something, and you've owned your house for a while. I see a lot of people like trying to get on the bandwagon. And when they try to get on the bandwagon, they try to buy like really expensive houses and turn them into these really fancy Airbnbs, and they lost a lot of money because they didn't underwrite it properly. Underwriting is basically like you like find a property, like you go, oh, this is how much it costs to buy this house, this is how much it costs to operate that, business that you're gonna do, and then at the end of the day, once you calculate your monthly cost, yeah, and it's a good chunk of change. Like, but even just putting an ADU, oh no, what happened? Oh, that's so sad. That's so tragic. My God, that hits hard. Holy moly. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's some heavy stuff right there. For everybody that witnesses that sort of thing. It's good to even talk to a therapist about that, even afterwards, just in case because I know you used to mention that you're talking to a therapist, like working out. There's this book called The Body Keeps the Score, and it's about all different kinds of trauma, and it's just good to recognize it, Yeah, that's a difficult one. Yeah, it's just a lot of I always wonder if I'm saying too much about my personal stuff, but I don't think so, because I've always been very open about these things. But as far as like, oh wow, yeah. See, we did we just had our master bedroom. We did our whole house for a little while, and we're like staying at my parents' house to see how much we can make for the whole house. But we were really sticklers for like only allowing the certain amount of people. We don't allow people to stay at our place with infants. We have like a no infant policy. Just because of that exact reason. I couldn't bear it if something like that happened in my house. But yeah, and then we really like, people have to tell us why they're gonna come, and then we have the security cameras that we would like have clearly like written up everywhere in our listing that talks about like where's like, oh yeah, we have cameras in the front, we have cameras in the backyard, so it's like no parties. If you have a party, we will call the cops ourselves, and they'll be notified right away. Yeah, a lot of people were offering that as a thing, but like, you're counting on the people who are going to stay at your house knowing how to use that stuff. That's why when we had people ask us, hey, can you stay at your Airbnb, do you have accommodations for an infant? We're like, no, we don't have an accommodation for an infant. We don't allow those accommodations to even be put in our house, because our insurance doesn't cover it. We just can't have it, like. And we have insurance for like, I just still wouldn't want to deal with that. I don't want to be part of that. Like, there was like because we looked into it like pretty heavily. There's services that will rent like really good equipment to families if they're traveling and whatnot, you know, because it is hard, you know. We you know, obviously as being parents and having like 4 children total, 3 of them all grown up and one of them, you know, being young and stuff like that. I understand what it's like traveling with a child, you know, like babies and infants and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, it's a tough call, because you know you want to be like, oh man, I remember that. I wish there was something like this for us, you know, like. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, it's just right that time of your life. You just gotta be like, we're gonna anchor down at home and just get this creature to a point where it's a little more sturdy. Because when they're babies, man, they're just so delicate and fragile and frail and everything, you know. They don't even know how to like move their hands and eyes, you know. Their phases. I just remember when my son was that little, it was like eyes darting all over the place, you know, like scratching his face. I tell him about it too, and he's like, how? Because I explained it to him. My son loves hearing stories about that. Man, what's really cool is that I got to deliver my son. That was really fun. We had an amazing doctor that was like, this is how you do it. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so much fun. And it was awesome. Getting close. Another 500-600 blocks. I'll be where I died the last time. Last night when So see, having the pies is just a smart move. All the way to the north, yeah. I'm gonna get to my home base, because I need to make a fox weapon, and I'm gonna start some steel again. I have the iron balloons ready to go, so I just need to turn them into steel. Oh yeah. Nice. You can finally make a loom. That's wild. Yeah. Good job, Zeph. Yeah. And I feel like you gotta be able to talk about whatever's going on in your real life. Otherwise, that's what makes it real, like, and grounded, you know, like the stories, you know. It's not like I can, like, be making up random stuff. That would be so weird. But, like, yeah, I have some really weird, interesting stories, man. Yeah, and then also there's some stories that, like, well, like, one of the things, like, my wife was part of was in the, you know, a couple of Facebook groups of people who have, like, religious trauma, you know, and they're just like, their families were like almost like cults, you know, and some of that got us to be reading a lot, and also, you know, like, just a lot of, I think it's good to, like, that's one of the things, like, I've always felt very open in talking about things myself, because I feel like without that, yeah, it's a serious thing. Like, people don't. Oh my god, look at that! My pie just fell. I hate these. Why? Is there a ladder nearby? Nope. Well, I don't need it. It just happens sometimes. And sometimes you'll place something on these blocks, and if they don't have anything underneath that's supporting it, there's like a percentage chance that, oh, this is sand. It won't. Even worse. Yeah. Well, you know. Can I put my pie on this? Yeah, okay, there we go. See, I feel like there's a percentage chance that if you set something down on a block, like, it'll just drop. And I don't have any of the settings on where, like, you have avalanches and cave-ins and stuff like that. At least I didn't change it to anything more than what's standard, you know. But there was one streamer, I forget what his name is, that was one of the first streams I had watched, and he was playing Vintage Story, but he had that set up to, like, crazy. Yeah. Well, even, like, if you're just digging a hole in the floor, you have to, like, brace it, otherwise, like, it can cave in on you. Like, it doesn't have to be gravel. There's a setting in here where you can have it, like, cave-ins just happen no matter what, like, all the time. Almost like digging in gravel, which is crazy. But you can make those wood beams that hold everything up. Look at that. There's some cool ruins there that are almost camouflaged by those, like, whatever. Are those called hoodoos? I don't know what those are called. In Bryce, they're called hoodoos. Not quite dead. No, master. I think sharing experiences that are hard with people is one of the best ways to connect with people, and the only way some people are ever gonna find out what they've. There's so many people who like are afraid to talk about things, and they'll be going through some really hard stuff, and all they need to do is talk about it. And so I think sometimes when yeah. So it's just it's super. I feel like yeah, I love that. Like I remember people were asking me like, what was it like when your son was like first born? You know, like you're holding them in the hands and stuff like that. And it's like, what's that feeling like? I'm like, the smell is amazing. Like babies smell like, and they're cute the way they giggle and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you have a group of cool humans that somehow found you, Jess. Somehow, you know, like you attracted all these people in your community. I appreciate them. Yes, I see how you guys interact with each other, and it's just all, I don't know, it's just really cool. It gives me hope for the future generations of the world. There are humans having human experiences. Thanks. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. When I was talking about when Tony first started chatting, there was some other people that had like came in and were you know, and I was explaining them the whole Mayan mythology and you know, Aztec and my cultural heritage background and all that sort of stuff, and art and all that kind of thing, and they're just like, and then some people they trip out because I'll be talking about one thing and then they'll be like wanting to talk about, you know, existentialism and like really crazy topics like that, and I'm like, oh, I love that topic too. It's like, let's talk about the urn of discovery and how like human civilization could possibly wipe itself and never make it past the great filter. One guy we're just talking about like the simulation hypothesis and like whether or not we're in a simulation. I'm like I mean, isn't that the point of these games? They're kind of simulations. And then those guys, there's these they created like AIs that live inside of Minecraft characters, and they start just to see how they would react if they kind of sort of created a simulation. I'm like, yeah, I've gone down deep readings and podcasts and listening to that sort of stuff like for like a long time, and things have changed. I've always liked futurist and people like Ray Kurzweil and Jared Lanier, who would write a lot of books about, like, you know, the singularity and like where human civilization is going to go with technology and all that sort of stuff. Like a couple of decades ago, like the book I Am Not a Gadget, I felt like that was just like some of the ideas of how he thought things were going are just so, like, you know, obviously things didn't go exactly the way, you know, but yeah, it's just interesting thought experiments. I love thought experiments. And so one of the things that, like, I was talking to a friend about was because he wrote about how, like, you know, tokenizations of thoughts, and, you know, how, like, ideas are going to be put into like little chunks and only snippets of like any one, like, so you'll have all these books, but it'll only be taking out the ideas. That way when you're instead of having to read Moby Dick, you'll just be like, oh, let me just grab the snippets that are important to what I'm doing right now. I'll still keep talking about it out loud. You get me talking, like, all I have to, I'll bring it up myself, just to talk about it to myself. I love thinking about this. There are so many books that I read. Some of them not dense, some of them like more like, because I'm not a scientist, I'm an artist, but I love reading books from scientists who can explain ideas that anybody can understand, you know? Yeah. Like, I remember reading this book called The Elegant Universe by that British guy that worked on the Hadron Collider stuff, and he used to be a musician. Like, I really love his writing style and all that. Why am I blanking on his name? But the book, he wrote a book called The Elegant Universe, and it kind of talks about like how they discovered, you know, that the universe is expanding, and the redshift, but it goes like it's in a chronological order that's just so interesting that you just can't stop listening to it. Holy moly, look at that! I have food right here. Wait, was this where I died? Yes, this is where I died. Oh my god, look at that. I'm not messing with that. It's a booby trap, dude. Set by the Thunderlord himself, Dave. Yeah. Brian Green. He's amazing. Yeah, there's a couple of people who are really able to put like really cool science into ways that you can like process it and make it like really just hit home and make like really crazy concepts be like, oh man, that's just reality, dude. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's fun stuff. Like if just to like when you're looking at, especially when you're looking at these stars and you're just thinking like, or in real life when you're out looking at the stars and just like thinking about the vastness of it all, and then it's just so humbling. Wow, that was cool. That little flash of lightning showing me the mountain. That was rad. And like I always feel like I gotta preface everything. It's like I've read this, and when I talk about it, I'm talking about it as much as I understand it. You know, being a real big fan of science, but not being like a person who's done any lick of research himself. What? You've been hit by lightning in the game? That's wild. Twice. Holy moly. Yeah, I've had it hit near me, but I've never had it hit me. That's so wild. Did it happen on a stream? Like, oh wow. Are they on your YouTube channel? This only goes to 8, but you need 12 in a stack. What? Tonight? Oh wow. Dude, you should totally do that. I was talking to my friend, and he's like, yeah dude, you gotta like put some stuff on TikTok, because you'll just get like, the people who have done that are here, like, it's just like from like one day to the next you get like just crazy, like you'll get people with money following you. That's what you want, right? Like they'll just be like, oh, I like your content. Those wow. That's nuts. Yeah. I want the clip for... Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, just the best rule of thumb is do stuff for yourself, but you know, like, if you can share it to a lot of different places, why not, you know? Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I have multiple Instagram accounts, but because I work in advertising, so like, I would not have that otherwise if I didn't know that it was, like, how powerful some of those things can be. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I literally grew up, like, where there's, like, no evidence of all the cool shit I did. Except for, like, I have some pictures of me in Mexico City with, like, long hair down on my, like, back, you know, all, like, in a protest in Mexico City. I'm like, dang, that was me, bro. I was crazy. You gotta touch grass. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. And like the jungle gyms, I was watching some videos. So we used to have these things with, like, it was like a round thing that spun really fast and it had bars on it, and kids would hold onto it like a merry-go-round thing. That's just like hella dangerous, dude. I just remember how, like, kids were getting hurt all the time. It was so psycho. We get that thing spinning so fast. Yeah. Kids would fly off, and sometimes kids would try to sit in the middle, and then they would fall off of it, and it goes flying in a rails. It's like, yeah. And the crazy monkey bars that we had back in the days. Oh man, these towers that were just like just, now they're all made out of rope and stuff, which is that I can get behind, but holy moly. Like, in our recess playgrounds, that was some of the most dangerous equipment you could think of. Yeah. Oh, you do rock climbing? That's rad. That's pretty cool. Rock climbing is fun. My neighbor does rock climbing. I've never tried it myself, besides going. Like, do you go like at the gyms, or do you go like out climbing on like big rocks and stuff like that?
think that's fair. The gyms look fun. Yeah, we tried to sign. There was a YMCA near us. Like, well, not really near us, but it was in Long Beach. Or no, was it in Long Beach or was it Torrance? I was looking like closer to the beach. That's where they have all the good stuff because they have money over there. Or your rope. Wow, that's cool. That's crazy, but cool. Okay. Wait, did I pass the pyramid? No. Oh shit. Oh my god, I almost died, you guys. I better not get a bear or anything near me. I don't have any good weapons. Ladder up. Nowhere near where I need to be. I'm such a good gamer. I think this might be it. Oh, this is your guys' song. Just can't hang fine, but never misses a moment. Tough night, eyes on the omen. Chaos, the impossible vibe. On our side. Yay! Here we are. This time I'm showing up and it's not all foggy like it was the last time. Yeah. Yeah, That's how I know I'm home. There's a watering can right there in the middle of nowhere. Yay! On our side. Chill out my little altar here for a second. Catch my breath. Eat some pie. I had thought about carving like a round disc here because in Templo Mayor and it's a totally different pyramid than the pyramid this is based off of. So I might do that in my other base, but at the bottom they had this big gigantic disc. They had this drawing of the moon goddess as like so that way when they would sacrifice the people, their body parts would roll into that as like their offering, you know. I'm like, wow, that's so gruesome, crazy. Yeah, the whole song it's just such a fun vibe. Yeah, I didn't know how it would come out because I modified the prompt that I normally use for it. No, there's actually other versions of it that I didn't like. I was like, holy moly. And I like would refine it a little bit, try to make it less like that was like either too dark or too pop, so that one just hit right in the sweet spot. And you have to like put in where you want like some of the fun, like certain things, like, oh, I want this to sound like almost like a chant. I don't know, like the way you prompt it. Whatever. WayobiKal. Okay, what am I doing? Catching my breath. That's a long trip. So yeah, so like all the QP chisel tools, I was able to find they updated it already. So luckily, those tools I don't have to go and like hunt and find them and all that. acorns, bamboo shoots. I think you could do something with this. Let me see. Ingredients for edible bamboo. Provides no nutrition. When eaten, gives you 100 saturation. But it's not a vegetable. So it'll just fill you up, but it won't fill up the nutrition bars and any of the things. Yeah, I was really trying to, like I said, when I first got this, I was just gonna be making soundtrack, like soundscapes and stuff like that, based off of like different I like a lot of different genres, so I wanted that kind of like dubby, but I wanted something like that, like somehow meld that Mayan thing. And me and my friend, like one of my best friends, he's from Peru. And in Peru, they have a really cool music scene of like with like DJs and lo-fi music and stuff like that, and bands and everything like that. And there's some hybrid stuff that they have going on. And what's up, Utopian Chaos? You just missed the song. I almost feel like playing it for you guys again. We're just talking about you because we're like, where is it? Do I have this on shuffle? Oh, that's why. Oh, nice. Cool, so you already heard it. I'll just keep it playing then. That's fun. Yeah, it was crazy as I started listening to it while I'm driving in the car, and I'm like, man, like some of those, like the ones where they're like about Dave, those 4 songs just hit so hard. And one of them, I feel like, because I was talking a little bit about like how I'll go on rants sometimes about like just really weird, like bizarre things, and one of them is about existentialism and all that. And this game just lends itself to like thinking about some of that types of things. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go to sleep soon too, because I have a meetup tomorrow that I have to be at, and I have to be on my A game. So I probably won't. I may or may not. No, it just depends on what time I get back. Usually I get back from those things like really late. Oh, nice. Are you taking like a design class? Temporal. Wow, that's cool. The temporal iron. That's rad. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. That's smart. Doing stuff like that can be good exposure for you. love that kind of stuff. Like for the longest time, I felt like I was just really good at going to meetups and conferences because I just
Because I already knew it, hidden behind my eyelids, in the dark where the dream lives.
wow, that's cool.
I dream in symbols I can't remember.
That's sick.
I wake with ash on my tongue. Time stole the map
There's
from
no
my
iron
mind
blooms.
and left me blind.
I'm just gonna set myself up for tomorrow.
Reach for the word and it vanishes like smoke through an open.
I'll be doing some iron bloomery stuff.
Hums the first syllable and pulls me back to the land. I can't see the dream, but I feel its shape. A bridge torn in
And
my
then I gotta see, do I have the right type of brick?
name. I'm building a bridge I can't fully picture. North to south, stone to star.
Oh, that's cool.
I can't fully hear yet, but it lives where the lost words are. If my mind is blind, then let the world remember. If time stole my memory, let the sky return it.
Oh yeah, that's why I came back for the iron too. I wanna make that what is it? This thing is like a little crossing thing for the water wheel.
Find a cadence in the wind between the blocks. A rhythm carved into limestone, a clock without a clock. I lay each stone like a consonant. I measure each gap like breath in
Here it is. A 4-way iron hub.
feels like riding against it. The bridge is broken in my mind.
I gotta make one of these and one of these.
I stitch the torn horizon.
Constructing the water wheel is a multi-step process. What in this game is not a multi-step process? That's why I love it. Ooh, I can make a white one out of meteoric iron. That's cool. WayobiKal. Man, I can't even see the chat anymore. My eyes are gone. It's yeah, okay. Man, hey. Oh wow. Oh yeah. That's okay. I gotta do it. I want a water wheel.
I found the place by feeling. Not a map, not a compass.
So you guys you've already made one?
Quiet in the wind
Oh man, I'm sorry you're having to go through something like that. But at least it seems like you have a plan. Like there's an end date when you're gonna be done with them. Wow. I feel like a lot of things in this game are sometimes a lie. It's like the cake is a lie. Oh wow, interesting. Yeah, for that same reason, I tried to do a backup of my of the original instance of this game, and it wouldn't install this version, and so I had to delete because I'm on a Mac, and Mac is all finicky and super secure now, so it's really hard to do any of these installs because they're not like certified or whatever by Apple. Yeah, you put kites on bears and they fly away, and then they drop to their death, and then you collect the meat. You're an imperfect. I yearn to Karen. Oh shit, don't. No! I put the coke in here. Can I get it out? Oh shoot. I'll just have to make more coke. Brown coal. Here we go. Close, damn you. My blocks are just gonna wait here looking all goofy. Like rejected Mario Brother mystery boxes. Did I ever finish this portion of my pyramid? Oh yeah, I closed it up. I left it so there'll be a door here. I don't have to go and make them anymore. But if I try to move them, I'll lose whatever was in that. Like oh, what the hell? All my chisel work from here is gone. No. Oh wait, no, this is my storage. Okay, that's right. That was just a bunch of stone I had there. That's not. Okay, I thought this was. Man, I don't even know my own build, dude. I thought this was turning into a bunch of question marks. I was gonna be devastated, but no. Okay, cool. So anything I've carved is still gonna be here. Cool. So I can still have, because that's one of the things I was hoping for. If I can't do the megalithic building for now, at least I can chisel the hell out of things, which is one of my favorite things to do anyway. Alright, you guys, I'm slurring my words. You know, I'm gonna put on that meditation song just because I feel like I need it. Do some mindfulness practice right now with you. Uh-oh. Oh, my wife accidentally put a bunch of songs on my playlist. Oh, these are cool. Where's it at? Here it is. I think this is it now. Yeah. No, my body connection. Here it is. This one. Oh, good.
Get comfortable. And real quick, if you can't picture any of this, that's totally fine. Just play along. You don't have to see it perfectly. We're just moving attention around. Tonight we're gonna treat your body like a landscape. And you've got an avatar. Nothing to tense. Nothing to fix. Just notice. And move. Start down at the tips of your toes. As if your avatar is standing right there, on the toes, feeling the edge, finding balance. Take a slow breath. Now let your attention step down into the feet across the soles, over the heels like you're walking across a quiet place you already know. And just keep breathing, not forcing it, just letting it be there. Now drift up into the calves and into the legs. No need to label everything, just notice. Legs are here, weight is here, breath is here. Let your attention move up toward the glutes, and then the belly. And while we're here, take a deep breath. This is just an easy calibration, syncing our operating system, the mind, with our biobot, the body. It's the only one we've got. Now move up into the chest. Notice that steady movement, not something to stare at, just something to feel. Now from the chest, pick whichever arm you naturally choose, it doesn't matter. Travel down that arm, past the shoulder, down toward the elbow, and into the forearm. And now the hand. Here's the fun part. Imagine each finger like a giant piano key. Just hop your attention onto one, then the next, then the next. And somehow, you're able to stand right in the center of the palm. Now, teleport. Just poof into the other hand. No right or wrong, just the other hand. Same thing. Feel the palm. Notice the fingers. One at a time like big keys. And then glide back up the arm, toward the elbow, and back to the shoulder. And now, something shifts. Your avatar doesn't have to stay a person. Let it become a small floating ball, like an orb of attention. And you just glide across the shoulder, up the neck, gently toward the chin. Pause for a second around the mouth. Notice the breath there, soft, steady. As you breathe in, you hover. As you breathe out, you soften and open just a little more. And then, without forcing it, let the orb drift up toward the face, the cheeks, the eyes, the forehead. And now, bam, you're back in your mind. Like you just sat down in the driver's seat again. Slowly do a quick system check. Toes are there. Check. Feet. Check. Legs. Check. Tiny wiggle if you want. Core. Still there. Checks. Check. Arms and hands. Check. Overall body wiggle. Just a little. And then let it all settle. Take a deep breath. And relax.
I love that.
I'm still here.
That's so cool. Look at the whole thing is just to kind of guide your attention into however it is and accept it, you know, like at least from all my mindfulness practices, that's what I've gained from different types of meditation. So I love it. Cool, you guys. I'm gonna wish you all a good night. Yeah, I'll try to make more of them, just that way I have a rotation of different things. That was just a mind body one that I made because somebody said they were having problems with it. Anytime they would flex muscle groups, that they would get cramps. So I said, oh, let me try to make a mindful meditation that didn't have where you had to like do any kind of tension. You just sit there and kind of pay attention to your body and your mind and try to get that mind body connection. So awesome. Good night, y'all.